So it's time for another preview and welcome to an FA Cup special of Blyth Spartans versus Wrexham, which is a 1 o'clock kickoff because it's being, I think, is it produced on ESPN2 and is it ESPN America or something like that anyway. But yeah, I don't really know much about Blyth Spartans, so this should be an interesting preview as a whole. But if you are new to the channel, make sure you like, subscribe and tap that bell for more notifications as and when they upload. And now it's time to introduce the league table, which basically would mean the difference in the places between Blyth Spartans and Wrexham. So now it's time to introduce the league tables of Blyth Spartans and Wrexham, but you're probably saying, JEBBO, why are you doing that? Well, it introduces the difference within places between Blyth Spartans and Wrexham. So let's get started on Wrexham, currently in the Vanarama National League, currently second in the Vanarama National League. I believe it's 1 point away from being top of the league in the Vanarama National League. I've probably said that about way too many times. Blyth Spartans being in the Vanarama National League North, currently 21st on 9 points. So, to my calculations, I don't know how bad at maths I actually am, but there's something like 43 places that's different between Blyth Spartans and Wrexham. So, yeah, 43 places is the difference, which, in all honesty, is a big marginal gap. But the only thing that lets Wrexham down in my eyes is their away form, and I am expecting changes within the Wrexham side to come up against Blyth Spartans. But enough said on that front. Let's introduce the history between Blyth Spartans and Wrexham. So now it's time to introduce the history between Blyth Spartans and Wrexham. Blyth Spartans were founded in September 1899, whereas Wrexham were founded in October 1864. Nicknamed, Blyth Spartans go by the Spartans or Green Army, whereas Wrexham go by the Dragons. And where is the game being played? Well, the game is being played at Croft Park and the capacity is 4,435. So yeah, that's enough said on that front. Now it's time to introduce and meet the managers and owners of both Blyth Spartans and Wrexham. So now it's time to introduce the managers and owners of both Blyth Spartans and Wrexham. So let's start off with the managers. Blyth Spartans manager being Graham Fenton, whereas Wrexham's manager is Phil Parkinson. Now for the owners, Blyth Spartans owner being Tony Platten, whereas Wrexham's owner is none other than both Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney. What do you reckon of the preview so far? Let me know in the comments section down below. And let me know your score predictions and everything like that in regards to Blyth Spartans versus Wrexham in the FA Cup. But for now, let's introduce the hosts in Blyth Spartans. So now it's time to introduce the host in Blyth Spartans, currently 21st in the Vanarama National League North. But in all honesty, league position in this competition does not matter at all. Summer signings being Michael Richardson from Hebburn Town, Alex Nicholson from Gateshead, Matty Eldson from Clyde FC, Matty Cornish from Michigan Stars, Cedric Main from South Shields, and Sam Fishburn coming in on loan from Carlisle United. Summer outgoings being Josh Robson and Connor Thompson from going to Morpeth Town, Robbie Dale and Dan Maguire going to Ashington AFC, Sado Jallo going to Dunstan UTS, Sean Reid going to Hebburn Town, Jordan Watson going to Heaton Stannington FC, Carl Byrne and Ben Milburn going to Consett AFC, Cameron Painter going to Stockton Town, and Jamie Clark and Alex Curran have been released. Last result being a 1-1 draw against Banbury United, and the one to watch being Lewis McNall. So what is everyone's thoughts on this so far? Let me know in the comments section down below. We do have a correspondent in today's preview for the hosts in Blyth Spartans, going by none other than Green Army, and I will link their Twitter page in the description down below. But for now, let's see what they have to say in their Blyth Spartans predicted lineup to face Wrexham. So moving on into Green Army's predicted Blyth Spartans lineup to face Wrexham. Now he did mention him in the change of manager could also mean a change of personnel, but he has gone for the 5 at the back formation, which puts Mitchell in goal. A back 5 of Richardson at right wing back with Evans, Lees and Eldson. It's the 3 centre halves of Liddell at left wing back, which puts Hickey and Devidix in the central midfield. Obviously Devidix, Nicky Devidix that is, used to be a former Wrexham man, and they are in the central of midfield, with O'Donnell being the number 10, which puts Main and McNall up front, and the one to watch from Green Army being none other than Lewis McNall. Now, yeah, in terms of Blyth Spartans, I don't really know much about them at all, and I do think the magic of the FA Cup, it's due to come into play at some point this season. So the question is, when this season will the magic of the FA Cup come into play? Well, the answer to that at the moment is who knows, to be honest. But yeah, enough said on that front. Now it's time to introduce the opposition in Wrexham. So now it's time to introduce Wrexham, who are currently second in the Vanarama National League. Summer signings being none other than Elliot Lee, Mark Howard, Jordan Tunnicliffe, Anthony Ford, Sam Dolby, Jacob Mendy, Kai, Calderbank Park, and Rory Watson. And not to mention that Kai Evans got promotion through the academy to the first team. Some outgoings being Sean Brisley to Buxton Quain, Thomas to Sutton United, Dawid Szczepaniak to Flint Town, Dan Jarvis to Gateshead, Jordan Ponticelli to Kingsland Town, Dior Angus to Harrogate Town, Tyler French to Dundee FC, and Jake Hyde going out on loan to Southend United. Also being released, Lee Camp, David Jones, Cameron Green, and Devontae Redmond. Last result being a 7-5 win in what was an absolute... I can't even describe it. It was more like a what have I just seen game, to be honest. But it was a 7-5 win against Barnet and what was a hell of a game. And the one to watch being none other than who I believe will start in the change of personnel in Sam Dolby. Now, the trio of us are back in myself, Tomi, Caws and RobRyanRed. And do we all have different predicted lineups? My answer to that is I think we do. But let's go and check out the lineups and let's see what each one of us has to say. So moving on into my predicted Wrexham lineup to face Blyth Spartans. Obviously my one to watch being Sam Dolby. I've gone for Mark Howard in goal. A back three of Aaron Hayden, Ben Tozer, Jordan Tunnicliffe. Now I do believe the Max Kluwer probably needs a rest. And probably a few other people might agree. Will they change the keeper? In my opinion, no. Hence why Mark Howard has got the starting spot for me, which puts Bryce Hosanna and Liam McAlinden as the wing-backs. You know, Hosanna on the right, McAlinden on the left, which puts Young and O'Connor, which is the starting two central midfielders against Barnet in the central midfield. Elliot Lee retains his place as the number 10, which puts Paul Mullen and Sam Dolby up front. Now, I believe a few changes might be made. Whether it's these changes I've mentioned, I don't know. Whether Jordan Tunnicliffe moves central, Max Kluwer goes up wide, I don't know. But I genuinely do feel there will be a change of personnel in Wrexham's game against Blyth Spartans. And I don't think that's a disrespect to Blyth Spartans, but I think for Wrexham, now is the time to start making the rotational changes needed. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on my predicted Wrexham lineup. But let's move on into Tomi Caws' predicted Wrexham lineup to face Blyth Spartans. So moving on into Tomi Caws' predicted Wrexham lineup, he's gone for Mark Howard in goal. A back three of Jordan Tunnicliffe, Ben Tozer and Max Kluwer, which surprised to me, but it is what it is. He's agreed with me on the wing backs though. He's gone Bryce Hosanna, right wing back, and Liam McAlinden, left wing back, which puts Young and O'Connor in the central midfield, puts Elliot Lee in the attacking position, the number 10 position, which puts Paul Mullen and Sam Dolby up front. Tomi Caws' one to watch being none other than Sam Dolby as well. So there's two lineups down. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments section down below. But now let's introduce RobRyanRed's predicted Wrexham lineup to face Blyth Spartans. So moving on into RobRyanRed's predicted Wrexham lineup to face Blyth Spartans in the FA Cup. He's gone for Mark Howard in goal. He's gone Anthony Ford at right wing back, which puts Aaron Hayden, Jordan Tunnicliffe and Max Kluwer as the centre halves. Which puts Liam McAlinden left wing back, which puts Luke Young and Tom O'Connor as the central midfield. Elliot Lee is the number 10 with Sam Dolby and Paul Mullen up front. Now, we've all got, in my eyes, different predicted Wrexham lineups, which means we've got different change in personnel. But we've all agreed on one thing. There should definitely be a change of personnel and some rotational decisions made for Blyth Spartans versus Wrexham. Now, let me know what your thoughts are on every single one's lineup in the comments section down below. But before we do move on into the score prediction, let's move on into the head-to-head stats between Blyth Spartans and Wrexham. So moving on into the head-to-head stats between Blyth Spartans and Wrexham. Blyth Spartans coming out with a total of 1 wins. There being 2 draws altogether, and Wrexham coming out with 3 wins. The last time both sides met, however, was in 1978. Now, believe it or not, I wasn't even born in 1970. So the last time the Blyth Spartans and Wrexham met, I wasn't even on this planet, which is absolutely crazy to tell. Now, is this going to be an interesting game? Yes. Is Wrexham going to be the all-out favourites? Yes, but do I believe that Wrexham are the all-out favourites? Not necessarily, due to their away form. Now, I think there will be a change of personnel, as I've mentioned plenty of times during this preview. And trust me, I don't think it's going to be an easy game either. I believe we sold something like 200 tickets or something that's, in regards to Wrexham's away following, quite abysmal. But I don't understand. You know, we do have Bournemouth away the week after this weekend. So, you know, it is what it is, but all I can really suggest is to come down, support Wrexham, support Blyth Spartans. It should be an interesting game. But for now, let's move on into my score prediction between Blyth Spartans and Wrexham. Do I believe that this game will end up going to a replay? And the answer is no, I don't. My score prediction is Blyth Spartans 0, Wrexham 2. I think it's going to be quite comfortable for Wrexham. Will Blyth Spartans even make it easy for Wrexham? No. I genuinely think it's going to be a tough game for Wrexham. It could be a frustrating one as well if Blyth Spartans just do sit back and not attack and, you know, waste time and do little things that we've seen teams in the Vanarama National League do against Wrexham. Now, if Blyth Spartans play it right, they could easily get a replay at the racecourse ground, or somewhat the magic of the FA Cup works in Blyth Spartans' way and they somehow beat Wrexham. I don't know. But for me, Blyth Spartans 0, Wrexham 2, and I'm going to go for Paul Mullen and Sam Dolby with the goals. Now, let me know what your score prediction is in the comments section down below. And what do you reckon your predicted Wrexham lineup would be? And if you're a Blyth Spartans fan, what is your predicted Blyth Spartans lineup for Blyth Spartans against Wrexham in the FA Cup? But for now, guys, it's time to move on into the last piece of this match preview. So the last piece of this match preview follows at this, and I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody for supporting the channel and for watching the preview. You know, if you are new to the channel, make sure you like, subscribe, and tap that bell for more notifications as when I do upload. And if you are interested in joining as a member, the memberships do start from, I think, as low as 99p per month. So any support on the channel going forward would be absolutely amazing. We do have some big plans moving forward, as well as capturing Wrexham home and away this season. So yeah, just a massive thank you once again for all the support on the channel. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the game between Blyth Spartans and Wrexham. And all I can say is, make sure you like, subscribe, tap that bell for more notifications as when I upload. And I shall see you guys at Croft Park tomorrow.